All right, we're gonna talk about my experience with the magic mushies. I don't really talk about this experience too often, if ever, really. I never have publicly, but it's an experience that has basically transformed me into the person I am. It's transformed my whole life, and I'm gonna get into why. And first of all, I do want to put a disclaimer that I do not advocate for the use of anything that's illegal whatsoever. It's a very powerful thing, and if you're not in the right place mentally, you're gonna get fucked up. Like if you have any emotions that you're sweeping under the rug and you're not really dealing with, that thing is going to make you deal with those emotions. It is insane. So I first did them when I was like 19 years old. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I actually did them in a college dorm, which is not the environment you want to do it in. And it's just insane how something that grows out of the ground can make you think in ways that you have never thought in your entire life. Like there's been studies on psilocybin, the chemical in mushrooms that basically make you trip, and there's been studies that show you build new neural pathways and strengthen former neural pathways. So that basically just means a neural pathway is like, think of it as like a road, and every time you think about a thought, you're strengthening, the road gets bigger and it gets stronger. So all your current neural pathways are likely just beat to death from old emotions, all of the things that have heightened your emotions in the past, old thought processes and beliefs that your parents have instilled in you. And ever since I did those, every single time you do them, you basically get new thought patterns and new ideas. And it's like, imagine you're skiing down a slope and you just keep skiing down the slope, and you're only going down the same path, right? Same path every single time. And then when you do this substance, it's like you get a 10-foot fresh sheet of snow, and you can go down any path you want and create whatever you want. It's a difficult analogy to understand. Anyway, ever since I did those, I have basically tapped into a part of my brain that was not there before I did the thing. You know, I haven't done them in probably 2 years, coming up on 2 years, because I don't feel like I need them anymore. But at that point in my life, from the ages of 19 to like 21, 22 maybe, they were incredibly transformative. Like, I think it's a big reason that put me ahead of everyone, because it's not everyone, obviously. I don't want to sound like a douchebag, but to get ahead, it's a mental game. You know, you have to be mentally there. You have to be incredibly mentally sharp and understanding of your thought patterns, because if you're not thinking right, you're not going to be doing right. And ever since I did that, it really, really tapped me into the power of my brain, and how important it is to be intentional about what you're thinking about. It cured, no, I don't want to say cured my anxiety, but it helped a lot with my anxiety, because I realized they're all just thoughts, bro. Like, that's all it is. And everything is just a thought at the bottom of everything. And the only thing that's real is right now. So it really comes down to you choosing, what do you want to do right now? You know, like, what do you want to think about? Where is your energy going to go? And since doing them, I kind of made a commitment to myself. And the commitment was, I'm never going to entertain a thought that's not beneficial to me. I'm never going to worry about the future. I don't even think about the past anymore since doing these things, because I realize it's completely irrelevant. There's no point in doing it. Ever since doing those, I've literally unlocked a part of my brain that I don't think many people have access to. And when I talk to other people who have done them, I can tell they've done them, because you just think differently from everybody. And I think this is the main reason why they're illegal, is because it genuinely unlocks a part of your brain that cannot be unlocked otherwise. I mean, there's another one, LS, you know, I don't know if I can say it in this video, acid. I did that when I was like 17, bro, for the first time ever. And I know I'm gonna sound like a druggie in this video, but I think a reason for me wanting to make this video is to show you guys that people who do those things, well, it depends on how much you do it. It depends on your relationship with it. I use them very intentionally. I know some people abuse them, but I did acid when I was fucking 17 years old. And that too is very similar to the mushies, but it's more of like a not natural feeling that you get mentally, but it definitely, you wake up a part of your brain when you do that too. But the mushies grow out of the ground, bro. They grow out of the ground. It is unbelievable. And that thought right there was enough to send me down the spiral that woke me up. It's like, holy shit, these things grew out of the ground and they're making me feel like this. They're making me think like this, and they're illegal. That thought right there literally woke me up, because I'm like, okay, alcohol is legal. They want everyone drinking alcohol, and it's awful. There's no benefits. People die from it every year. No one's ever died from psilocybin. This makes no sense. That thought right there was enough to wake me up to everything. And I did them a couple more times after that, and in very intentional settings. I would go out into nature where no one can disturb me. Never do them around people that you don't trust. If you're gonna do them, don't do them where you can get in trouble with the cops, because the last thing you want is to have to deal with anybody. One time I did them, and I was planning on going out to the bars because my friend who I usually did them with, and we would usually do it in very intentional settings with a journal and listen to lo-fi and go sit in the backyard, where he was like, dude, let's just go to the bars. I was like, all right, whatever. We get there, I start tweaking. I'm tweaking hard. So I start yakking. I literally puked. And the thing is if you're gonna do them, you need to eat something with them, and you have to be able to, your gut is gonna flip. There's something that coats them that makes your gut literally flip upside down, and you're either gonna puke or you're gonna resist it, and you're gonna feel like you need to puke, and it's gonna ruin the first half of your trip. That's how it goes. Or the third option is you don't identify with the thought, and you basically tell yourself, no, I'm not gonna puke. So there's three options right there. It's crazy, but once you puke, it's out of you, and you're good to go for like the next 2 hours. But also note that it is a fucking roller coaster, bro. Like, once you are in the roller coaster, you are not getting off until the ride is over, and it's like a 4-hour, 5-hour ride. So if you are someone who gets anxious about like, oh my God, am I gonna be like this forever? Probably not for you, because it's not gonna last forever, but it may feel like it in the moment. It's crazy. If you're an anxious individual, just avoid it, honestly, because it's a powerful fucking thing, dude. It's very, 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 very strong. And if you're gonna do it, do not do more than 3 Gs, bro. Don't do more than that. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I do not advocate for it at all, but I felt like I needed to share my experience with people because it has literally transformed my whole life. If you can do it intentionally, you're going to see incredible benefits from it. But there are people that abuse it out there, and then the people who abuse it do kind of turn like hippies, and they just like completely disconnect from society and reality, and they just think like, and they go to like, they're living like 1970s fucking Woodstock, like, dude, what do we even need money for type shit. So you really have to find the fine line of using them intentionally and not becoming a hippie, and kind of reaping the benefits that can actually help you in today's world and not completely disconnect from it. So there's fine lines with everything, and I hope no one watches this video and has a bad experience. So don't do them. I'm not advocating you do them, but I just wanted to share my experience because, bro, it's transformed me tremendously. But like I said, if you are an anxious person, sensitive person, just don't even fucking think about it. Don't even think about it. But yeah, that's my experience with it. I could talk about it for probably an hour with all the shit that I've learned from them. But 10 minutes is probably good. So let me know if you guys watched to the end of this video. It's a long one. Much love.